It
That
works. I told you. It's a little puppy dog.
was cool.
Yeah.
Oops.
So, once upon a time, before I worked on my self concept, I was in a relationship with someone who regularly embarrassed me in front of family, friends, and even by ourselves. This person made it pretty obvious to other people and even to me that they were pretty annoyed with just my existence. They thought my hobbies were silly. They thought that the things that I wanted to do, that I was dreaming too big. They really thought that people were overestimating or overcompensating when they talked about how they liked me as a person. And I chalked it up to, well, relationships, they all look different. People say that when you are living with someone or when you're in a long term partnership with someone, that they get to see a different side of you. And, it's not always perfect, and I'm not perfect. So, I really kind of excused it. And when it came to them saying or doing things in front of other people that would be embarrassing or humiliating, two things would happen. First, I would get really protective of him because I did have a couple of friends that during the time that, or during times when I would talk about what happened or if they saw what happened, they would either say something or they would like give a look or like you could just see on their face that they were judging him, that they were judging us. And I got really defensive because this was a relationship that I was committed to. And I did not like them judging my partner because they didn't understand. They didn't understand his sense of humor, which is something that this other person said in like a follow up video, the person I stitched this video with. Or rather, I just felt like they were judging us at an off moment. And at that time, self preservation and image and all that was very, very important to me. So I would be very protective over that. And then the second thing that would happen is I would get angry with my partner for what they said or what they did. And I would stand up for myself and I would say, I didn't like that and that made me feel really bad and you did that in front of everyone. And I would say, I want you to like fix it and I want you to apologize and you embarrassed me publicly. You need to apologize publicly or this is what I need. And I would vocalize what I needed. And it would be this long, big fight or discussion, sometimes fight, sometimes discussion, until finally there was a place of kind of resolution that it wouldn't happen again until it did. And so I spent so much energy in trying to preserve the public image to the point that I actually just stopped telling people what would happen and I would actually just stop going to things together as couples or just preparing myself to just know that this is how it would be ahead of time. And just internally, I would just really try to focus on my part and working on me. And it wasn't until I actually started to do my own personal work and improving my self concept to realize that I deserved to be loved and respected. And that took a lot because, at least for me, I can speak for myself. And that relationship, I was not ever physically abused. I was never called out my name. But when you're treated in those types of demoralizing ways by someone who really just doesn't like you or respect you as a person, you internalize it. And so, no matter how much your self esteem or your self image, how high it was before, especially over a long time, you start to believe subconsciously what those messages are, even if it's by nature of you just becoming complacent with the ways that you're being mistreated and disrespected. So the person whose video that is has turned off their stitches and duets, and she, God bless her, has posted multiple videos in defense of their partnership and their relationship. She still has the comments on at the time that I'm recording this. So you just see women who have been in those shoes before and recognize what that is and recognize that place of dissolution you get into, because you're really committed to this fantasy of what you believe and what you want this partnership to be. You invest so much into it, and unknowing to you, a lot of your worth is also connected to it. So it's really hard to separate the two sometimes. And again, you feel as if what people are saying is that they're attacking you. You feel like they're attacking you versus saying, you deserve so much more, and I believe in you, and you're not alone. Because in your mind, you're like, of course I'm not alone. I have my partner, and you don't get it, and you don't get us. And, you know, you only see me for only a few seconds of a day, or if this is like a family gathering or friend gathering, this is just a moment in time. This doesn't define us. And while that may be true, how that person treats you, whether or not they care about your emotions, your feelings, whether or not they care to protect you, whether or not they care to cover you, is huge. It is absolutely huge. It is foundational. And if this is how they treat you in the most neutral of moments, I can only imagine how they treat you in the moments that you're truly in need of care, that you're truly in need of someone celebrating you and seeing you, and how much you have adopted that this mediocre amount of love and attention that you're getting is the best that you can get. Or better yet, for some of us, thinking, well, I've already committed, so I just have to stick it out. And you don't have to stick anything out. At any time, you can decide to choose you. And you can choose you for yourself. You can choose you for the generations that come after you. And you can choose you for the generations that came before you as well, who didn't know that they had that choice as well. So I guess I just want to say, for any woman who is currently or has been in this type of situation, and I guess currently if you're in this type of situation and you have really felt as if people are just really picking on you and picking on your partner and they don't understand, I would encourage you to try to see, just try. Is it possible that they see something that I don't see? Is it possible that all the ways that this has been making my stomach hurt at night and making me feel really bad is because it actually are things that are supposed to make you feel bad when they happen, and they're not things that you're supposed to get used to. They're not things that you're supposed to just learn how to tolerate, because that's what a long-term committed partnership or marriage or whatever it may be is. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way. And for anyone who has gone through this and come out on the other side, I just want to send you so much love and send you so much support and say I'm so proud of you. And I hope that you get everything that you've always wanted and desired, because you're worth it.